Our next two examples are still going to follow the same general strategy that we've talked about so far and applied in the previous examples. We just have more going on, more steps to take care of. In this case, or in both of these cases, we're going to have simplification that we need to take care of on both the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the equation. To start off, in part F, we'll distribute 2 through the set of parentheses, which will give us negative 4m plus 36 plus 12 is equal to, and now on the right-hand side, we'll distribute negative 7 through that set of parentheses, giving us positive 7m, since we'll have negative 7 times negative 1. Negative 7 times negative 12 will give us positive 84 plus 8. So we had a distributive step on both sides of the equation. Now we'll look at still each side of the equation independently and combine any like terms. On the left-hand side, we'll have negative 4m, and then 36 plus 12 will give us plus 48 is equal to 7m, and then we'll add 84 and 8 to get plus 92. We have variable terms on each side of the equation, so we either need to take the negative 4m and move it over, or take the 7m and move it over. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and add 4m to both sides, which will leave us with 48 is equal to 11m plus 92. Now our variable only occurs on one side of the equation, and we need to get rid of the constant term on that same side, so we'll subtract 92 from both sides, which will leave us with negative 44 is equal to 11m, and then in our last step we'll divide both sides by 11, giving us negative 4 is equal to m, which is the same thing as writing m is equal to negative 4. Part G is equally complicated. We just have sort of the expressions in a different order. On the left-hand side, we still have a distributive step, and on the right-hand side, we have a distributive step. So we'll take care of that first, and then after that, look at combining any like terms. This means that on the left-hand side, we'll have negative 15, and after distributing, plus 144m plus 135 equal to 75m once we start distributing, minus 210 minus 15. Again, next we'll look at combining any like terms. So on the left-hand side, we'll have 144m plus 120 set equal to 75m minus 225. Once we've taken care of all of those arithmetic steps, we'll look at collecting all of our variable terms on one side of the equation. To do that, I'm going to subtract 75m from both sides. Which will leave us with 69m plus 120 is equal to negative 225. Now we'll collect the constant terms on one side of the equation by subtracting 120 from both sides, which will leave us with 69m is equal to negative 345. And then our last step will be to divide both sides by that coefficient in front of the variable. So we'll divide both sides by 69, leaving us with m is equal to -5 as our solution. For time's sake, I've skipped over checking each of these solutions, but again, I would encourage you to do that, especially on quizzes and exams, as a way to make sure the answer you came up with is correct. To do that, again, we would take this value of -5, substitute it in everywhere that variable m occurs in the original equation, and make sure the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side after completing all those arithmetic steps.